What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a do as I say, not as I do conversation, but also a conversation that is just as much for me as it is for you. I do think this is going to be another in the Minuteman Theory Series video. It's something that has been talked about amongst many channels, but it is an important conversation, and with the uptick in recent videos on AR basics, I just filmed one for you guys yesterday. I imagine by the time you see this, that video will already be out. If it is, I'll have it linked up here. I attribute this to all the videos that we see all over Instagram, YouTube. Manufacturers are pushing products, and so they get content creators to help them push that product, and it drives everybody into that gear madness of I've got to get this thing. I need this new bestest, most Gucciest, whatever. And you kind of just go down this gear hole, and you just more, spending more money, making your weapon system heavier than it needs to be. And we've all fallen guilty of this, right? Like when I first got back into guns, and more specifically the AR, I wanted to get one, and then I was going down the rabbit holes of all this stuff, and I needed to get all this shit. For a while, I stayed in the mindset of having two practically identical 16-inch rifles. That way, if something happened to this one that couldn't be readily fixed, I could pick up the other one and keep going, because they're basically the same difference. Minute differences. And I've said this before, and I say it again. They were clearing houses with 20-inch rifles in Iraq and Afghanistan, so if they can do that with a 20-inch, I can do it with a 16, no problem. Now, I wouldn't say that it is a problem per se, but it kind of falling out of that simplistic mindset when determining what I wanted to build next. But there's a bunch of different things, right? Gas systems, which light to go on it, should there be backup irons on it, what type of backup irons was I going to get? Am I going to get a vampire light? Is there going to be a lamp of some type on there? And one of the biggest things was, for just a little bit of time, for whatever reason in my mind, I was trying to go with if it's a do-it-all rifle, then it needs to do it all. Heavy barrel, super selector, FRT, a can, host a can. Do I go LPVO? Do I go with another 3X and a red dot? Unless you're willing to sacrifice the weight savings, and you're willing to sacrifice the money that it costs to not only build it, but to maintain and shoot the damn thing, there is no do it all, as in I want it to be an LMG or an IAR, and also be a precision, and also. For me, when I say do it all rifle, that pretty much means I can carry this through the woods. I can I could handle a home invasion. I could handle a red dawn situation. Do it all. This will reach out to 500 meters, no problem. It'll handle things up close, no problem. And for me, that is a do it all situation. My go-to. I talk with Cowboy. He was an Army Ranger. He was overseas. He was one of the green-eyed devils or whatever with the nods on. And, he kind of agrees with me. Would it be cool to have knots? Yes. Am I making that a priority? No. If there ever gets to be a point in time where we could afford knots, then that's great. But until then, there's no sense in agonizing over it and putting yourself and your family in a financial hardship to try to get those things. There's a lot of people, Josh over at Modern Frontiersman included, where it's kind of like, I'm not even going to change out the stock or the trigger or anything like that. I'm going to use the rifle as it came when I bought it. Maybe, obviously sights, sling, weapon light, as we discussed in a previous video, but other than that, that is it. Talking to Cowboy about this yet again, and he said, our granddaddies won World War II with big caliber bullets, iron sight slings, and giant brass balls. And that's a really good reminder. George Washington, sling, musket, hatchet. Out there just slaying the British to get our independence as a country. So it can be done. It's not about all the Gucci stuff, and having all that shit isn't going to make you be the best shooter. Whatever. It all comes down to the fundamentals. Are you out there shooting with your rifle? Do you know your holds? If I'm shooting at 100 yards, then this is where I'm at. If I'm shooting at 200 yards, then I need to hold this much over. If I'm shooting at 10 yards, where do I need to aim if I'm using my dot? Because height over bore requires that I need to actually aim a little bit lower, right? Do you have the fundamentals locked down? Do you shoot with this thing? Have you moved with this thing? Have you taken it and cleared your house with it, or your apartment building, or whatever? Have you went through the woods with it? Have you carried it for long distances to see how that weight is going to affect you? Do you know how you're going to maneuver that weapon around a tree, over the boulder, how you're going to sling it if you're picking something up or helping administer first aid to somebody? These are the things that we really need. You got to be more focused on the fundamentals than you do about that Gucci thing. Yeah, this is a little bit more expensive, but these things go on sale all the time. I think I'm into this whole setup, including the risers and the mounts and everything, for like $450, which really isn't that bad for an etched reticle 3X and the piggyback. This will do what that $1,500 optic setup, that $2,500 optic setup will do. Yeah, it doesn't look as cool as the ACOG, but it does the exact same thing. And I paid 5 times less for this setup than I would have just the ACOG. Yeah, this isn't a vampire light, and maybe it is too bright or whatever, but for now, until I can upgrade the light later on, once I'm financially in a situation to do that, this light is perfectly fine. It doesn't need to be super fancy. It doesn't need to be super expensive. Is it important to have the light cap on here? Absolutely, but it doesn't have to be a super expensive $100 piece of plastic. Go to Hammy 3D Prints and pick you up a light cap cover super cheap, right? Not paying $80 for a flared magwell when I can pick this one up from Hammy 3D Prints for like 20 or 25 bucks. It does the exact same thing. All it does is help with the reloads go faster, but realistically, you don't need this. You should know how to reload your magazines, and you should be practicing with that enough that you don't need that thing. It looks cool, and looking cool is half the battle. It does aid, but it isn't a cure-all. I got it because I wanted it, honestly, but it didn't need to be on there. So that's what I'm kind of talking about, right? We need to make sure that we are taking care of the fundamentals and not getting so lost in the gear hole of having the Gucciest of the things on there. Save your money. Do you have food? Do you have water? Do you have medical? Do you have ammunition? When was the last time you went out and shot your rifle? Do you have your fundamentals locked down? And even if you think you do, get back out there and do it again. The reason that SF guys can go as fast and efficiently as they do is because they practice for hours upon days, upon weeks, upon months, to where it's just a second nature. They can be in a high stress environment and they don't have to think about it because they do it so much. It's just an extension of who they are. And that's how you need to be too. We're not going to be SF guys. We're just not going to be. But the more you get out there and shoot this thing, the more you get out there and you swap magazines, the more you get out there and clear spaces and walk through the woods, the better you're going to be and the better the skill set to fall back onto in that stress-induced moment. I really hope I was making sense in this video, and I tried to stay out of the rabbit holes. I don't have a script made for this, so trying to keep myself on track. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this. Let me know the last time you got out and shot your rifle. Let me know what attachments you have on your rifle. Let's have the conversation. Are you keeping it basic? Have you Gucci'd your stuff out? What do you think about it? Let's have this conversation. That's why I make these videos, so that we can discuss these things. I hope you're sending this to your group, your tribe, your mag, whatever, and y'all are having that conversation. Granted, this isn't, maybe this is something that goes into your SOPs, but you know, it's more about the fundamentals than anything else. While you're down there, make sure you're hitting that description box and you're checking out the affiliates of the channel, including Exfil Enterprises, Prepared Citizens Training Group, Modern Frontiersman, Jace Medical, LA Police Gear, and the Ghillie Dude. Help support those who support this channel. If you're looking for training, Exfil Enterprises and Prepared Citizens Training Group have some great training available for you guys. Exfil is expanding out into Tennessee, so we're getting more coverage in the area, so it's easier for you guys to get to. If you're looking for medical, Prepared Citizens Training Group, Jace Medical, we've got some great medical options out there for you guys. If you're looking for some quality leather work, holsters and things like that, make sure you're checking out Modern Frontiersman. He's also got a very informative blog that he's got going on that talks about things like this. I really appreciate all you guys and your support in this channel. The views, the comments, the likes, even the negative comments. You know what? You're boosting the algorithm, so joke's on you. Alright guys, that's really all I got for you today. Till next time, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.